Hey, vinyl community. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, whatever. I'm glad it's over. So, yeah, back to normal. This is gonna be my answers to the Metal Quest 2025. Marty and Ellen, thank you for putting up the questions. I'm gonna rush through this because my phone is making, yeah. Question number one. Name a release you're eagerly anticipating in 2025. New Sacrifice. I really loved that one. A couple of years ago, this one came out, actually more than a decade. So, Sacrifice, the new album is going to be called Six. I've heard one track so far, I'm looking forward to that. Question number two. Show the 25th item in your collection. Cassette wise, it would be Arrogance with the album Primitiv, a German death metal band. For the CDs, Accuser Reflections. So my cassettes and my CDs are all alphabetically. For the vinyl, I have two sections, the metal stuff and the non-metal stuff. In the non-metal stuff, Carmen with Fandangos in Space. This is, what do you call that? Uh, Flamenco rock, progressive flamenco rock. Not for everybody. I love it. My girlfriend is called Carmen, by the way, so that is a coincidence. And for the metal section, Mad Locust Rising by Agent Steel. Number three. Name an older band that you checked out for the first time in 2024 and loved it. I've seen those cover artworks so many times, but I came across that in my local record store for under 10 euros. Impaler. And yes, I like that shit. This is the European Roadrunner pressing, Rise of the Mutants by Impaler, their mini LP. How do you purchase most of your music? So, I usually got to High Roller for the new releases. They get in everything. I can depend on them. I know a couple of folks there, and yes, more recently I've been selling a lot of stuff, and I'm getting in a lot of original presses. So I had a local record store in Nuremberg, but he closed down. But I'm good friends with Sebastian, and he has a wife. They are married for 15 years. They are together for over 20 years, and they both are collectors. And they finally decided to throw their collections together. So I'm doing a lot of trades with this guy. That's where I get my originals, and that's why I get very, very good prices. And sometimes Discogs, but Discogs is a little bit, yeah, too pricey most of the time. Number five, show a heavy metal album that musically is really hard to place in a heavy metal subgenre. I've got all my metal here in the room and a little bit outside. This one, Matterhorn from Switzerland with the album Crass Cleansing. A young band, Celtic Frost worship, but, excuse me, a lot of punk influences in that. Yeah, is it punk, hardcore? Is it a Celtic Frost worship metal band? Check them out, you decide. Question number six. Talk about an album you used to hate, but after years it finally clicked and you can't get enough of it. Rage and 13. When this came out, this was after the Lingua Mortis experiment they did, but the Lingua Mortis orchestra is on here, and when it came out, I fucking hated it. So I think it was beginning of the year. Rage re-released this on their own label, Lucky Bob Records, and it wasn't very pricey, so I ordered that, and I finally appreciate it. Show an album that you blind bought in 2024. Blind buys. I used to blind buy CDs and LPs. I don't do that too much anymore. If it comes to blind buys, I usually choose the cassette version. So this is Killing with the album Face the Madness. Pure fucking thrash metal from Denmark. And killing does mean little kitten, not killing like you stab someone or shoot someone. Little kitten. Show a title that you own more than one pressing on the same format. There you go. This is the original Nuclear Blast records with the embossed cover. And I've got the re-release on Dementia Records. This comes with a gatefold cover, and it's signed by Paul Speckman. I wanted to sell that, but before that I wanted to compare it, and I realized this is the old mix, which I prefer, and this is a remix done by Scott Burns at Morris Sound, so I think I have to keep both of them. Show off a Grail that you acquired in 2024. So, not too long ago, I wanted an original of that, and the album is by a band called Sadus, and I had an LP that was titled Chemical Exposure with a stupid fucking ass cover artwork. I've got the second one, Swallowed in Black, on original, so I wanted the first one, Illusions. OG vinyl, yeah. I finally got that on Sadus Records. That is probably the most I paid for a record in a long ass fucking time. Question number 10. A plea to the VCLT gods. What is a Grail item you are on the hunt for? As I got the first 4 Death albums, what about individual thought patterns, original pressing in near mint condition? If somebody wants to share it, I'm there. Leave me a message, I'm gonna get you my address. Show an album that no matter how many times you purge it from your collection, another copy returns to you. So I bought that one when it came out. I loved it. I've seen the tour for that. Saw them a couple of times actually on that tour. I don't know if I still got... I always have to show my tickets. So after 2 or 3 years, I was fed up with that album, so I sold it. In the late 90s, though, I had a rehearsal with a band who wanted me as the vocalist, and they wanted me to sing Replica for them. So I had to rebuy the CD because the internet was, I had no access to the internet for the lyrics, and the song to play over and over again, so I bought a cheap copy. I didn't get the job for, for the band that I tried out for, so I sold the CD again. And not too long ago, I think beginning of that year, I was in the mood to listen to that again, and I want to listen to my music on a real stereo. So I bought that for, I don't know, it was 250 or €3, something like that. So no big deal. Third time I own that one now. Name an artist that you had lost track of over the time but reconnected with in 2024. I really didn't lose track, but I really loved the old Disaster stuff. This is their debut album, Stormbringer mini LP, and so on and so forth. Hellfire's Dominion, blah blah blah. And the last one I heard was that one, the first album with the new singer Guido, or Sataniac. Divine Genocide, no, Divine Blasphemies, Divine Genocide is other band. Divine Blasphemies, and after that, for some reason, I lost track. I've seen them a couple of times live, but I never paid too much attention. And this year, I listened to a couple of their newer albums, a couple of their newer songs, and yes, I bought them all on CD. Name a band whose debut really impressed you. And it shouldn't be that old. So, as I'm not into modern music, let's talk about a band from Michigan. I heard a rehearsal demo, and I heard a 7-inch. Both quite good and gives you a good impression, but when their debut album came out, I was quite impressed. So, The Glorious Dead, Into Lifeless Shrines. What a great album. Yeah, the new one is fantastic as well. You can see the cover over there. And no, TJ, I haven't hung up the flag. It's hanging upstairs in my other music cleaning room. So yeah, I was impressed with that. Marty and the boys, you've done a great job. Number 14. Show a band or a release that you bought in 2024 as a direct result of watching someone's YouTube channel. So I've got a friend over in the UK. He goes by the name of Mark with a K. No, of course Mark G with a C. And not too long ago he showed that one. Monolith and Tale of the Macabre. And I had to get the tape version. So the tape version, or a very expensive test press, is the only way you can get that album. I'm glad. So thank you, Mark. Nice addition. Nick Barker's first band. Great death metal from the UK. Show a great album with a bad cover art. I could have pulled out a Tank's self-titled with only the two colors on the cover, but it's not a great album. It's an okay album. A great album with a band cover. Trouble. They're self-titled. They're second self-titled. Yeah, they ran out of ideas or what? The photo is good, yeah, but the logo is missing, and there could be more to that. So Love the album, but yeah. Eric Wagner, rest in peace. Here he's waiting for the bus. No. Number 16, show an album whose cover art was created by one of your favorite artists. So, one of my favorite cover artists is Phil Lauer, who draw Pleasure to Kill or Endless Pain, or he did the Out of the Dark EP, and he did Celtic Frost's Emperor's Return EP. Another noise band, Warrant the Enforcer. I like 80s cover artwork, and I love that one. I could have pulled the first Strike EP, but that one looks a little bit better. Name an album that you would like to see reissued on vinyl or CD. So yeah, I'm swapping out a lot of my reissues, and yeah, I'm not really a reissue guy. I realized that after a couple of years. I would, just to have an answer, I would love to see a box set of that with the two versions. I have the two versions, but this is not really an official album, so it's got the German version. The German version is the re-recorded one, and the original recording is the what came out in America. I love that little vinyl. It's out on Wax Maniacs. Yeah. So they even redid the old Steamhammer, and the American version came out on Metal Blade, so they copied the Metal Blade version. I like that, but I would love to see that one as a really fat box set with 7 live LPs, 2 DVDs, something like Metallica did with their early albums. A box set for 300 euros would be nice for that one. Name an album from a genre that you typically don't listen to very much. I don't listen to pop music, and I'm not listening to the radio, but I love my ABBA. It is like it is. What band do you hope to see in 2025? What about, I don't go to concerts anymore, so I'm not looking forward to see anything. I don't know. I even skipped Voivod concerts the last couple of years. I'm done. I haven't been to a gig in almost 5 years now. So what about a 50th anniversary tour of the original Motorhead lineup? That would be my answer, just because I don't have an answer. Tell your viewers about 2 new to you YouTube channels. They are not actually new to me. I've watched a video here and there when they first came up, but this year, last year in 2024, I got in contact with Metal Marty Mac, a nice guy, nice fellow. Cheers, Martin, Marty, and Steve Young, S&T Young. So Steve, yeah, expect another email, a stupid email from me soon. That's it. Under 20 minutes. I did it. Now I want you to jump on that and see you next year for the Metal Tag in 2026. Until then, goodbye.